Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to another video. Today we're going to be casting 3 games of M0nkey against Dead Monster. M0nkey, definitely one of the best players in the world at the moment in 3v3, but also in 1v1. And Dead Monster is also a very, very high rated ones player coming out of Europe. Neither of these players will be new to most of you guys. And those of you who saw my recent EU 1v1 rankings, or EU/ME 1v1 rankings, will know that I put Dead Monster in my top 10. He was number 7, and I just had M0nkey as an honorable mention because although I think he could definitely be in that top 10, he doesn't have the competitive activity to warrant that at the moment. But let's see how these two got along when they matched up against each other in ranked. Two very interesting players. But before we get completely into this, I wanted to really quickly mention, in response to all of the comments asking, are there going to be any show matches live? Are there going to be a deviation from these ranked match recordings? Well, the answer to that is yes, there will. But right now, I've got a whole bunch of ranked recordings or ranked matches that I want to record casts of because I want to watch them myself. And if I'm going to watch them myself, I felt like, well, I should probably record my cast of these. So if I want to watch them, I'm sure a lot of you guys want to watch them as well. I mean, it's Dead Monster against M0nkey. This is it's a must-see. I was gonna watch this myself anyway. But yeah, also there's the other reason why I'm really enjoying ranked match casts at the moment is because you get to see a different look of what players are getting up to and what they're working on. The most recent game before this that I casted of a Dead Monster ranked match, we got to see Octane Dead Monster playing a much more aerial focused game. He did in fact lose that game to Ryad, but it was still really cool to see him experimenting with a different playstyle than from what we're used to seeing from him. He's back in the Fennec for today's game though, and I expect that to continue, although I'm not sure, I've not looked at the other 2 games. And he's going up against M0nkey's classic Octane. If you were to ask me before seeing these games, who would I pick as the favorite? It would be quite difficult to choose. I think that in a ranked game, I would go M0nkey because ranked games are obviously they're completely standalone. Even if you match up against the same guy multiple times in ranked, in every game that you play them, you don't know if you're going to play them again. So you treat it kind of like your last game, and I think M0nkey in ranked is clearly a monster. He's very high rated in every single game mode that he wants to be high rated in. I think right now 4th place in 1v1, 4th place in 2v2, or something similar to that last time I checked. So I think in ranked, M0nkey is more likely to be the favorite, but in a series, Dead Monster is a very dangerous player. He's shown us time and time again that he's able to adapt to his opponent, he's able to switch up his style and counter what they're doing, and just get a better read on them overall. But M0nkey is still a player that I think is underrated. I think I have underrated him when I made my top 10, and I had a good reason for that. He just hasn't been competitively active. But if he was active, if he played Salt Mine 2 in its entirety, and not just one qualifier, and then leaving it at that, or if he played in Gold Mine, I think he would be top 10. He is a very, very good player. Oh, look at this. I mean, this is the proof right here. If you didn't believe me, I'm sure most of you guys do believe me. The time where M0nkey wasn't considered one of the best players in the world, yeah, that's no longer the case. That time is gone. He's easily one of the best in the world. In 3s, I've got him second to First Skiller, but only second to First Skiller. No one else. Not Justin, not Alpha 54, not AJ, not Astral. I've got M0nkey ahead of all those guys. And who knows, maybe M0nkey is better than First Skiller in 3s, but with how well BDS play, it's hard to see because the whole team just look like they're doing so much that you don't even need M0nkey to carry sometimes. Although he definitely can, and he's destroying Dead Monster here. 8-2. It's a very, very strong scoreline with this much time remaining against anybody, but Dead Monster's such a solid defensive player, and he's such a methodical player in how he plays. It really just shows you the level at which M0nkey is playing at the moment, and he sees the early challenge. Look at the ball control as he air dribbles over Dead Monster for 9-2, and that is a forfeit. I think a lot of you guys will be complaining if we didn't see this from Dead Monster's POV. But look at that, Dead Monster goes for the early challenge, and M0nkey sees that coming, and air dribbles over the top of him. If Dead Monster didn't challenge there, I'm sure MonkeyMoon could have landed a flip reset on the ball, played for a more slow approach, and still had a great shot on target. Just a phenomenal adaptation on the fly there. Great improvisation by MonkeyMoon. Unreal control. He has dismantled Dead Monster in this first of 3 games. Alright, let's get into game 2. And what on earth are we looking at? That's MonkeyMoon's car, ladies and gentlemen. And for your information, these games were played back to back. I've checked the timestamp on them. I've checked the date. This is the very next ranked game that Dead Monster and MonkeyMoon have played together. Again, well, that either of them have played. There wasn't any ranked game in between this. This is right after the 9-2 thrashing. MonkeyMoon has just gone random car. I have to imagine that this is random car preset, because he wouldn't have had time to select all these. There's no way he would have had time to choose all of these different pieces and different items that have put this car together. Dead Monster, in contrast, is still in the Fennec. Delicious double touch from him to equalize. I mean, I wonder what Dead Monster's thinking right now. I know what I would be thinking. If I was, good enough to run into MonkeyMoon in ranked 1v1, and he destroyed me 9-2, and then I queue up again and I get him and he's in this car, what I would be thinking is he has to be streaming and somebody has to have redeemed some kind of channel points, or maybe they donated for him to use a random car preset. There's just no shot that MonkeyMoon, who's a guy who's famed for just playing almost Stockton every game, is going to deliberately do this. I mean, he played so well. He won 9-2. Why would you switch it up? It's not like he's tilted, but he's actually playing pretty well with this car as well. Dead Monster with a very nice recovery there to keep the scoreline at 1 for now. Not the greatest dribble by Dead Monster though. Heavy touch combined with the direct approach didn't really give him many options to work with, and again he's just conceded possession without getting a shot on target. That's how you know an attack has failed in 1v1. I mean, if you're losing, maybe if you're winning, you don't necessarily want to shoot, you want to just keep possession. But if you're losing in Rocket League 1s, you never really want to give up possession and boost without at least getting a shot on target at some point. And Dead Monster for 2 attacks here didn't manage to shoot anything on MonkeyMoon's net that would have been dangerous. MonkeyMoon is counter-attacking consistently against him. It definitely looks like that last game has gotten inside Dead Monster's head a little bit. He's not playing as consistently as we're used to seeing from him. Is this a bad matchup for Italy's best ones player? Taking his time on this offensive play, working a little bit more of an angle into the dribble, and that's a lot better for Dead Monster. But remember, MonkeyMoon traditionally, and really throughout his entire ones history, has been a defensive player. He's been someone who relies a lot on his goalkeeping and a lot on his shadowing in defense. So this is where he is most comfortable. He's going to be difficult to get the ball past. You really have to up the shot quality and up the pressure if you want to get past him. So it's just too easy for him. MonkeyMoon 4-1 against Dead Monster in a random car preset. Dead Monster has got time on his side though. I think he was trailing by a lot more than this in the last game. You can clearly see though that Dead Monster doesn't really know how he should progress here. He doesn't know what the best course of action is to get MonkeyMoon under pressure. I think if you want to see how that's done, the best example would have to be Khaled's win against MonkeyMoon in the final match off Smug 8. He mixed in his usual bounce dribbles and ground shots with, of course, the physical aggression off the ball and the boost management. But Dead Monster, although he sometimes has elements of those things in his play, doesn't do it as well as Khaled does. I mean, nobody really does play the Khaled style as well as Khaled does. Maybe one day. What a save by MonkeyMoon. Dead Monster really did wait until the very last second before flicking there. But MonkeyMoon is still able to read it, save it, and he's sticking to the ball on the counter. Dead Monster straight down the middle. MonkeyMoon is boost starved, and that's going to be a goal for Dead Monster. Finally gets one through, and look at how many times he had to try. He's really taking a hit to his shooting percentage in this game, and it's mainly because M0nkey's goalkeeping and M0nkey's defense has been incredible. How's M0nkey going to posture now? He's just sitting back. He saw the flip reset coming, and now Dead Monster's got halfway through him. Can he get the finishing touch? He's got M0nkey compromised, and he will flick it over him. And the patience is paying off for Dead Monster, taking his time on the last two offensive plays, wait until he gets right up next to M0nkey before pulling the trigger. Will M0nkey switch it up? Will he throw in a diving in challenge? Will he just continue to allow Dead Monster to have this much space to attack him with? Dead Monster staying close to the ball as he turns around. Didn't want to give M0nkey a way to get to it, but looks like M0nkey identified the spacing and countered it. Dead Monster still with back corner boost control. There is a dive-in challenge for M0nkey. And, oh, just couldn't slot in the open net. It was a very tight angle. You've got to look out for those kind of challenges. If you've gotten the ball past a shadowing reactive goalkeeper a couple times in a row, you can almost guarantee if they're a smart player, they're going to step up the aggression. But, oh dear, M0nkey carelessly gives Dead Monster an open net. Now it's a 1-goal game. 34 seconds left, and this is just what Dead Monster does. It's what he's best known for. These sort of comebacks where he just figures out a way to win the matchup, or at least be competitive in it. Now he's lost control. M0nkey flicks off the bar, and it's going to linger on the goal line so he can slot it in. And that's a disappointment for Dead Monster. The kickoff went well when he was 1 goal down. Had a great opportunity to equalize. And he didn't get a shot on target. It's been a bit too common for him. Oh, what a save. M0nkey denies Dead Monster's backboard play. Really good try by Dead Monster at the end of the game. But M0nkey's goalkeeping is too good. And he's done it again 2 games in a row. First in the Octane and then in the random preset. Let's see what car he decides to show up for in the next game. Oh, I'm sure a lot of you were hoping M0nkey would be in another random preset, but it's back to the Octane for this 3rd game, and this wasn't played immediately after that last game we just watched, but it was played roughly 25-30 minutes later. So I would imagine that there was, maybe 2, 3, probably 1 or 2 ranked games at this level. I would guess 2 between the last one we saw and this one here. But they've matched up again. Dead Monster still looking for a win on the day against M0nkey. He's certainly on a climb right now. Dead Monster back corner boost control is enough to grab him the opening goal here. M0nkey tried to get a steal on that one, and sometimes you can steal the boost even if the opponent looks like they're a little bit closer to it than you are. If you're higher, it seems that the big boost elevation, or the big boost hitbox, is slightly elevated. Because I've seen this happen many times in my casting of Rocket League, where a player jumps as they approach the boost and they get it right next to someone else who's on the ground and approaching at the same distance. But there's an easy equalizer for M0nkey. Drills in the long shot, punishing Dead Monster for relinquishing possession. Now M0nkey with a pre-flip snags the mid-boost as well. Dead Monster wasn't expecting that one. I don't think he expected M0nkey to even fight for that mid-boost. Look at the control by M0nkey. These flicks are absolutely perfect, and the reason that's a perfect flick is because by hitting the bar and letting the ball bounce down onto the goal line like this, he guarantees that he will score on the follow-up, and he makes it as difficult as possible for Dead Monster to get a touch. If the flick goes directly in, it's easier to save. So this is in fact a better flick than a flick that goes into the goal. That's something that is very important for players who are trying to get better at 1v1 and just better at Rocket League in general, is to get out of the habit, get out of the idea that you need to hit the target with every shot, that you need to make sure that every single touch is going into the net and you just hope that the goalkeeper won't save it. Really, the thing you want to be doing, especially in 1v1 and 2v2, is just get the ball past the opponent. And once the ball is past the opponent, it's usually an open net, or it very often is an open net for one of you or your teammate. And that's what M0nkey showed us right there. He's mostly concerned about not being tackled. And then, of course, he can just rely on his finishing. Dead Monster's early challenge does very well here. M0nkey was probably going to be sending a very difficult to save shot on net if Dead Monster didn't dive in like this. This is a good read from Dead Monster in the back corner as well, calling Monkey0n's bluff on the challenge. But after this end-to-end passage of play ceases, it looks like it will be Monkey0n with a slight advantage. Made a couple of tries there at the same idea, just attacking the back corner so that he can seal the boost away. But Dead Monster, even boost starved, has done very well here. What a save by Monkey0n though! Denying the very top corner shot that Dead Monster sent towards his goal, but more quick recycling of the play for Dead Monster. Gets him back within a goal here. I think after that first game, Dead Monster's really stepped it up to Monkey0n's level in terms of mechanical ability. He was getting outplayed and outpaced in that first game we saw. Maybe not the kind of player Dead Monster's used to running into in ranked. I mean, there are very few players that are able to play at Monkey0n's level in ranked ones. But Dead Monster's definitely competitive in this matchup, and I think this is a good example of exactly what I was talking about. Like, where would Monkey0n rank if he was active in competitive ones in tournaments this past year? I think, you know, maybe I could see him challenging for that top 5, but actually being a guaranteed top 5 ones player, that's not at all confirmed. Monkey0n's always struggled with the Fairy Peak matchup in show matches. Every time they played, I think Fairy Peak's beaten him. I think Monkey0n Astral, Monkey0n Fahad, those would be very close matches as well. It's hard to pick a winner in those, but yeah, Dead Monster needs something a little bit different, I think. And what we saw from him in that game that I casted of him losing to Ryad recently might be the solution. If Dead Monster can have just a few more aggressive, all-in moves that he's confident making it in 1v1, then he'd be a lot harder for his opponent to read. Because I think Dead Monster's ability to read his opponent is one of his biggest strengths, but being unpredictable is one of his weaknesses in 1v1. Monkey0n definitely doesn't have that problem as he sinks another ceiling shot. Beautiful from Monkey0n. Really dominating the matchup today. And I don't think I mentioned before now, but these are recent matches from this earlier on in the month of March. Monkey0n really has been on a climb recently. I think he's second in the European server in ones, only to Khaled. So things have definitely been going pretty well for him recently. It's not over just yet. Dead Monster, as in the previous game, is keeping things interesting here. He took his time on that. There was a momentary open net there, and Dead Monster wasn't confident in it. In fact, he's conceded again. 6-3. Dead Monster just took a slight moment to hesitate there as he was on the back wall at the near post. I think it was maybe scoreable if he just went for it. And yes, you could make the argument that he's maybe going to get 2 better chances than that in the remaining time. But I think this is the sort of thing that I'd love to see Dead Monster adding to his game. Let's give it another watch, because I think it's kind of important to spot moments like this. Well, I think I've gone back too far, actually. Have I? When was this? Oh, it was before this goal. Yeah, okay, right. I did go back too far, didn't I? Oh, no, it was after this. No, of course. Dead Monster scored. He was... Yeah, okay, right, it's here. This is what I was wanting to look back at. You've got just over 30 seconds against Monkey0n. Do you just shoot this? I think yes. I think you probably do just shoot this. Because although playing for the boost steal can lead to a strong play, Monkey0n's defense is so good that I think you just shoot this ball. Would Monkey0n have had a chance to save this? Oh, we've gone on the wrong camera somehow. Yeah, no way Monkey0n's getting back to this. It's a really difficult shot, but I think Dead Monster has to just realize that that's one of the better opportunities he's going to get. Also, I think Dead Monster can hit that. I think it's, yeah, I think he scores off the far post enough of the time. There is also another way that you can score this directly, and that's just kind of like flip into the ball and fly for a rebound as you approach. Monkey0n did grab mid boost, so that would probably not work here. As you can see, Monkey0n is positioning, getting ready to save some kind of double touch. But that's, I think, my my thoughts on Dead Monster's current gameplay. I love when I see Dead Monster playing with confidence in the air. I know he's really good at that. He just doesn't really do it a lot in 1v1. When he just believes in himself to score, regardless of how well the opponent defends a play, I think he's a much more difficult player for his opponent to deal with. Combine that with his 1v1 IQ and his very, very solid defense and possession. Yeah, I think that's what would take him to the next level. As for M0nkey, I mean, yeah, there's a reason why he's right now as high rated as he is in ones. This guy, he's on a great streak. Oh, it looks like I'm slightly wrong. He has been overtaken by apparently Jack. Yeah, Khaled, Jack, M0nkey. Yeah, two of the best ones players in the world. The only players who are ahead of M0nkey in ranked for the EU server. That shows you what kind of form he's in. But anyway, guys, that's all we've got time for today. M0nkey, looking real strong. Dead Monster wasn't able to take a game off him in that set. But what do you guys think would happen in a series? Do you think it would go the same way? Or do you think Dead Monster, if he knows it's a set amount of matches and not just one ranked match at a time, do you think he would fare any better? I'll leave that up to you. I think I've made my opinion pretty clear. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Looking forward to casting some more ranked series. But yes, look out in the near future for show matches and live content to come back to the channel as well. So I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.